One of the most requested videos that I get is how to study for Med Surg, okay? I've gotten this comment for months now. I've gotten emails, people have hit me up on Instagram, on my Facebook page. So this is a long overdue video, and what I'm gonna do is just show you how I study for Med Surg. I've already made a video on how to study for nursing school. I'll put that in the description, but now that I've been in nursing school for over a year, I'm in Med Surg 2, and I'm doing well. Let's check my first test. I have my grades right here. This is my first test of Med Surg 2. I haven't even looked at it yet. And I got an A. Sweet. So I got a 95%, and I'm going to show you guys what I did. Morning guys, it's Saturday, and I'm just catching up on some reading. I don't normally read my book a whole lot. I really don't. I hate reading my book because it's just kind of tedious to me. I like being more active and engaged, but this brings me up to one thing that I've learned in nursing school, that every teacher tests differently. You have to adapt. And this teacher really emphasized that we need to read our book. I'll just be reading through here, typing, as I read. It's time to grind. So the first step, guys, is just to gather the material, okay? You need to get an overview of everything you need to learn. Figure out what's in each chapter. You don't have to memorize each chapter, but you just need to be aware of, okay, I need to learn pericarditis. I need to learn endocarditis. So that way you can go back and just make sure you do a comprehensive overview on everything a couple times until it all clicks and you get all the specifics.
Oh crap, I didn't study that.
It's something you never want to say. I'm done. Awesome. So people think I'm crazy because I like to write out things on the whiteboard. I think it's awesome because it keeps me engaged. I can do it for a long time. It's more active. Sometimes when I'm sitting over my books, my shoulders kind of crunch and it just gives me like neck pain and stuff. So when I'm standing up, I just feel like I retain it more because I'm like working with it. It's kind of like doing skills in nursing school compared to reading your book. This just seems to work better for me. Obviously, to each his own. You might want to try it. Maybe you want to sit down and just write out things, that's fine. This is my favorite way to study.
Break
Time.
Now I'm just going on a little walk. I want to get out of the house, just kind of reset my mind. I spent about 2 hours on that board, and I'm only halfway done. But it's totally worth it for me. But a big question that people ask, and I've often wondered, is how often should you take breaks? I try to take a 15-minute break every 45 minutes, and then after about, 2 or 3 sessions of 45 minutes, I go ahead and I take like 30 minutes to an hour off. I just keep doing that. It's a good thing that works for me. I find when I get back from my walk, my brain feels refreshed, and I'm just able to like sit and just focus like way longer and way better. But yeah, don't make fun of the shades. But they're kind of cool. It says, the future is so bright. And that is true, guys. Once we get through nursing school, our future is bright.
You better get back on that nurse grind.
I'm kind of dreading going back to this whiteboard right now. So I'm going to pull out the energy drink on sale. And that is how you can tell I'm a nursing student. But yeah, I'd like to break out the caffeine like halfway through my studying. Like right now, my motivation is low. So that's when I bust out the caffeine. I don't need it when I'm like just getting started because my motivation is high. I like to use the essential oils. This one's actually almost empty. This is my holistic approach to studying. It's day 3 of studying. I actually spent the night at my parents' last night. And this morning I'm just gonna wake up and study all the things that I'm about to show you. So let me show you what I'm twerking with, okay? So here's kind of my study setup for today. So here is the study guides that I have made, right? We have this. This is all the information I put on the whiteboard in study guide form. And this is the notes that I actually made. Someone in my class made this, so I like to use both. To kind of compare, what their study guide looks like to mine. So basically now, as I'm reading these notes, I'm not just reading them, okay? I'm trying to be engaged. Putting things in your own words is probably the most helpful study tip for me and for most people because it allows your brain to kind of soak in the information and then analyze it to something that you can understand. That's kind of how I look at it. Now, once I'm done verbalizing these notes, once I'm done like getting it all into my head, I'm gonna bust out this book right here. I'm going to go to the cardiac section, read through the entire section, right? So there's about 20 pages to read and about maybe 25 questions at the end. And this is really just going to help me get into that, that test mind frame. Also, this is going to help me prepare for the Nclex too. So it works, win-win. From my experiences, this book tells you exactly what you need to know in a very concise manner. Sometimes it tells you some stuff that maybe your teacher didn't cover, and sometimes it tells you stuff that you need to know that your teacher didn't cover. So it's a really good just resource. I like to compare my notes to the Nclex book, see what overlap there is. If there is overlap, I know for sure that's going to be on the test, so I spend extra time on that. Also for Med Surg, I use this book, and let me show you what I do. This book is a beast, okay? I freaking love it. Anyway, this book is awesome. If you guys know, when you're studying Med Surg, there's some things you need to look for. You need to look at the patho, the signs and symptoms, diagnostics, teaching points, just a whole bunch of stuff. And this book really lines it out perfectly. Like, it just goes over the patho, manifestations, signs and symptoms, diagnostic studies. So this is just like an awesome, it's like a pre-made study guide, and it's made by the same authors as my book. But even if you have a different book, I would still get this book because I love this book, okay? Look, it's torn at the edge, kind of, or bent. I use it a lot. I take it with me to clinicals. And I think, this system and these books are the secret to my success. But it's time to, yet again, get started on the whiteboard. And that light behind me is probably messing with it. So I like to keep that light on. I like it really bright because it helps me stay awake, helps my brain stay clear and focused. But yeah, I'm going to erase all this stuff, and I'm going to put all my cardiac notes up on there, stuff that I just need to know that are important. So I'm just going to draw it up on here, just erase all this stuff, and it's time to get this party started. I don't have a lot of time. It's the night before the test. I'm taking practice questions in this book at the back of the chapter. I'm also looking at my Med Surg success book, and I have about 100 practice questions to go take, and I'm gonna go do that and then study a little bit of review right before I go to sleep and kill that test tomorrow. Let's see how it goes. We did it. I hope you liked the video. Please subscribe for more content coming soon to a YouTube by you. For real, you should subscribe, because if you don't, then you're gonna miss out, and no one likes missing out. Also, read that description, yo.